Welcome back. In the spotlight today, the all-new LOMVUM T28C for your cheapo pleasure. Let's take a look. This manual ranging meter is feature-packed, but can it keep up with the big boys? Well, we're going to find out today and see what it's made of. I gotta say, I am a sucker for orange when it comes to multimeters, and this little beast is no different. Look at the lines on this guy. Yeah, really sexy. By the way, big thank you to everybody that entered the latest contest. Stay tuned at the end of the video. I'm going to be pulling that lucky winner who's going to win over $100 worth of multimeter gear. Yeah, that's right, $100 worth of multimeter goodness. Congrats. Okay, let's take a look now at the T28C. Once again, wow, I'm loving that color. It has that kind of nice key sight orange. Not as subdued perhaps, but nonetheless, I really like it. And the box it ships in, nice and sturdy. Nothing too fancy schmancy, but at least they give you a box. Now there's two different flavors to this LOMVUM. You've got the T28B and the 28C. Now the only difference really is temperature. Inside the box, well, you get a few goodies. Of course, we get our standard test probes. These are a little bit larger than your typical cheapo variety, and we will be using those in the review. Of course, you get your thermocouple because, yes, the T28C does temperature. Yes. Oh, yes. I love it when a multimeter does temperature. I don't know why. Call me old-fashioned, but it's just a bonus. Now, something interesting as well. Look at this. In the box, they're also giving us a, if I can just get this opened. It looks like we've got some crocodile clips. Hey, kind of nice. And you know what? These aren't half bad quality-wise. Yeah. But, yeah, very nice. They just go into the end of the standard test probe, and voila, you can start clipping. Really nice. Of course, we have two in there. And finally, excellent kudos to LOMVUM. They're giving you a couple of fuses because we all know how much fun it is to try and find a fuse when you blow one. Funny enough, taking a look at the fuses, they actually shipped us two 600 milliamp fuses. Why did they not send us one 20 amp and one 600 milliamp? I don't know. LOMVUM, maybe you can answer that question. But anyway, let's just see if they are standard size. And yeah, I believe they are. So 20 millimeter by 5 millimeter. Yeah, so 5 by 20s, easy breezy. You can pretty well get these anywhere, but still nonetheless really nice when the OEM actually sends the fuses with the meter. Just would have been nice to see both sizes. In the hands, the thing just feels great. Has a pretty good size heft to it. Pretty well on par with the Capacitance HT118A in terms of overall feel. It just exudes a little bit of quality. Now that holster here, it's nice, it's good. It's a little too plasticky for my liking. I always prefer something maybe a little more rubbery. Something like, not so much plastic going on, just easier to grip, easier on the hands, and if you're out and about, just much better all around. That being said, I love what they've done with this combination of colors. You've got that white in contrast with the orange and the black background. Super easy on the eyes, and all around makes for a really nice instrument. Now, one thing I'm not too crazy about is the fact that this multimeter takes not one, not two, not three, but four, count them, 4 AAA batteries. So you definitely need a few batteries on hand when this baby dies. Battery compartment, super easy to get to. One Phillips screw, and there you go. Nice threaded insert at the bottom. No worries about wear and tear on this design. And look at that. That's where those 4 AAAs slide into. The first 2 go deep inside, and the other 2 are more outwards. All in all, pretty decent design. Another mention is the fact that on the back of that holster, you do have, look at that, a really nice, strong magnet. strong magnet. And always handy dandy because you can be working on the car, stick it on the top of the hood, the bonnet, and away you go. You know, you don't always need that strap. Sometimes you just want a good solid surface to stick it on, and there you go. Sticks like a trooper. And I mean, it really sticks. Close-up look at the rotary selector switch starting at the midnight or off position, followed by volts DC up to 1000 volts, volts AC up to 750 volts, amps AC up to 20 amps, amps DC up to 20 amps, transistor mode, frequency up to 10 megahertz, capacitance mode up to 100 millifarad, temperature in both Celsius and Fahrenheit, continuity and diode, resistance up to 60 mega ohm, non-contact voltage, infrared signal detection. At the top of the meter, starting on the left, we have our function selector and hold switch. In the middle here, we have our infrared detector for outcoming and incoming infrared signals, followed by our transistor tester for NPN and PNP transistors. Finally, on the right, we have our backlight / flashlight button. Finally, at the bottom, we have 4 independent inputs, milliamp on the far left, up to 600 milliamps, high current 20 amps, COM or input, and finally on the far right, we have our voltage, resistance, frequency, and temperature input. All in all, a nice little package. I appreciate the way they put a little bit of TLC and thought into this design, and so far, at least from a looks standpoint, I really like it. Finally, at the bottom, you'll see our flashlight, and there is our NCV or non-contact voltage detection. Now, is this just some macabre little ploy to have us believe that we have some sort of protrusion here or some sort of filament that's aiding in that NCV detection? Is it strictly a ploy, and is there really nothing there? Well, we'll find out when we take that apart. We want to be looking at 250 millivolts, and we are oh so close, 249.9. 2.50 volts is what we want to see, and spot on LOMVUM, 2.50 volts it is. Good stuff. Checking out AC voltage now, 122.5 volts, and that is excellent. And if we want to look at the frequency, hit that function switch. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang, 60 hertz, spot on. High current is up. Looking at the long way, hey, I'm going to be reviewing this power supply shortly, so stay tuned for that. So we are good to go, sitting just over 1 amp right now, 1.01 amps, and look at that, spot on 1.01 amps. Let's increase that current, shall we? 2.91 amps, 2.90, up and away. Let's see if we can hit 5 spot on. 5.00 according to the long way, 4.98 amps on the LOMVUM. And you know what, we're just going to max it out right now. 10.35 amps, and we're getting that high current alert, which is really nice on the LOMVUM, letting us know that we are in danger zone. And we will bring that current down now. And it survived, so excellent. Sitting down milliamps, 213 milliamps, showing well around 200 something on the long way with the lack of resolution there, but nonetheless, bringing it up 400 milliamps. Remember, we have a maximum 600 milliamps on the LOMVUM. 590 milliamps, showing us as just over 600. And there we go, up to 700 milliamps, and we are over limit. Bring it back down. No worries. Didn't blow a fuse by the looks of it. Looks good. Okay, let's see what we are in the microamp department. Let's bring it down. Bring it down, shall we? 119 milliamps. 90 milliamps. 60 milliamps. I'm going to switch ranges now on the LOMVUM. Bring it down again. Now, okay, we're sitting at 34.2 milliamps, and we're showing as around 20-something on the long way. Now, unfortunately, with this DC power supply, we do not have a fine, just strictly a chorus voltage. Anyway, take it a little bit lower, showing us this 0.7 milliamps. Nothing at all on that long way, but in the milliamp department, it does seem to do quite well as well. So excellent. We are in low voltage mode right now, 0.40 volts. And hey, it's looking good. Let's bring down that resolution. 0.42 volts showing on the LOMVUM, 0.40 on the long way. And we'll just see how much lower we can go. Once again, we don't have that fine adjustment. It's definitely a tad harder. .31, 0.33 on the LOMVUM, 0.26, 0.28, so it can really handle those millivolts as well. Excellent stuff. 0.22 showing up as 0.24. Wow, this is tough without a fine adjustment. 0.14, 0.15, 0.13 on the long way. 0.09 showing up as 0.10. Excellent stuff. 0.04 and coming up as 0.06 on the LOMVUM. So all in all, good stuff, both the current and voltage. Quick look at that frequency. Here we are right now, hooked up to the Keysight U1282A, which has a little signal out generator built into it. And we're sitting at 4,800 hertz, and there we are, 4.8 kilohertz. Good stuff. Go back down to 0.5 hertz. 1 hertz. Coming up just a little bit short. There we are. It takes a little bit of time, but there you go. 2 hertz. 5 hertz. 50 hertz. Yeah, so just a wee bit of a delay, but working nonetheless. And I did try this. It did meet its spec of 10 megahertz without any issues. Remember, this has a 100 millifarad capacity, and we're going to put it to the test right away. Here we go with electrolytic 100,000 microfarad capacitor. Let's see how good it is. Here we go. And it is thinking. It is thinking. It is now in millifarad mode. Will it hit 100,000? Yes, it does. 97.73. Excellent. Excellent. 98. Perfect. So a little bit of wavering back and forth, completely normal for a electrolytic cap of this value. That didn't take long at all, really just a few seconds to get to 100 millifarad. Good stuff. We're now in temperature mode, and once again we have an ambient sensor on board the multimeter, so you don't need that thermocouple, only required if you want to do temperature, that sort of thing. No, that ambient sensor is really nice, and even though we only see that Celsius identifier, this actually does both Fahrenheit and Celsius. As you can see right now, we're at 72 degrees Fahrenheit in the lab. Hit the function switch, and it brings us to Celsius. A nice balmy 23 degrees. Loving it. Alrighty, Aphrodite, we are in continuity mode. My favorite time. As you know, I just love a good continuity. Makes my skin tingle. Here we go. Default test probes. 3, 2, 1. Now, interesting, there is quite a lag. It is latched, but very laggy. We do have that visual indicator at the top. You see the LED does light up when it finally latches. But it is incredibly crappy with the default test probes. Move over, Rover. It's Probe Master time. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Definitely faster. Latched and loud. Still not super sensitive. There still is that lag, but it is extremely better than the default test probes. .7 dBA, the maximum volume in continuity mode. That's pretty loud. Now, according to the user manual, which by the way is pretty decent, it says here that the infrared signal detection enabled on this device works when you are pointing your remote at a perpendicular angle. And apparently no bright lights should be anywhere near this. That being said, I have tried everything. Now I know this is a good remote. It's working, well, it was working just fine. And yeah, we are getting nothing. Nothing. I have tried everywhere possible, and I'm not getting any indicator. What we should be seeing is an LED illumination here on the meter, but it is not happening. Earth calling, LOMVUM, come in, over. Do you copy? Fail. Finally, we're going to check the non-contact voltage. And actually, this does a really good job. Super sensitive. So I put this around wall sockets and light fixtures, what have you. It does seem to be fairly responsive. Not as good as some of them out there, but definitely not as bad. Okay, quiet. It's a wrap. Quiet. Thank you. Taking a look on the inside now, starting off with that holster. There's that nice little magnet insert. That's what's giving us that really good traction and support built right into the holster. And these actually do come off. You just give it a plug like that and it comes right off. So if you need to wash out the holster, not a problem. When you're done, just stick it back in and you are good to go. Of course, on the other side, no shielding. Hey, no surprise. What else is new in the cheapo realm? Jack inputs themselves are actually a little on the cheap side. I must say I was expecting a little bit better from LOMVUM, but no, they are the split variety, which is not a problem, but it is really a cheap, thin, tinny type of material, so it's too bad. What can you say? At least they are on these jack inserts, so you are getting that added support, making up for the rather flimsy material that they've used. We have a really tiny current shunt on the high current side. Once again, would have been nice to see something a little bit bigger and yeah, just, you know, a little more attention to detail in that respect. We have our two ceramic fuses, our 5x20s. Here's the 600 milliamp, which we have two extras that they ship with. And on the high current side, we have the 120 amp, which is not included. So you blow it, you gotta go buy another one. One lonely and rather pathetic looking PTC here on the voltage side, and as well we also have a diode clamp on the milliamp side. Manufacture date of 2019-05-24, almost 1 year to date. Moving up the board, we have our main IC here, which is COB. There's our speaker piezo. At the top, we have the T28C C02A. That is our EEP-ROM, which undoubtedly means we are looking at a DreamTech IC, and it's a pretty darn good one. Further up, we have our LED flashlight, and let's just take that molding off, and whoa, look at that, there you go. So, hey, it is not all flash and pizzazz. Indeed, our NCV actually has a protruding extrusion, which is giving us that really good NCV. Not the best, mind you, but, you know, it is not bad at all. I really do prefer to see this sort of filament for the NCV rather than just having it buried in the PCB. So, good stuff, LOMVUM. Closing thoughts on the LOMVUM T28C. Hey, I paid only $29 Canadian for this, but $25 US, and honestly, at that price, I'm not complaining. It really is a pretty decent meter. The range selector switch itself as well, very, very nice feel, nice tactile, solid, clickety-click. I really like it. It's a manual ranging meter, that's going to turn some people off, but if you can get past that, I think you're going to like this one. Exterior-wise, the build quality is excellent. Interior-wise, definitely it could have used better input protection and just a little better overall design. The only glitch with the LOMVUM in this review is that infrared testing was a complete flip. Or is that a flop? Anyway, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. But you know what? How important is that? Well, honestly, not a big deal. Generally speaking, it's super accurate, has a good set of ranges, and overall, it's a really solid buy. The LOMVUM T28C non-auto ranging multimeter gets a solid 3 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching this review, everybody. Stay tuned at the end of the video. I'm going to have a quick draw, and we're going to see who won that multimeter giveaway. Till the next one, keep on testing. Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, it is finally time for that awesome May giveaway. We got over $100 worth of free multimeter goodness. And with me now, I've got the beautiful Natasha, all the way from Ukraine. Actually, no, she's living in Canada now, but she's going to be doing the lucky draw. Welcome, Natasha.
Hi, good luck, everybody.
There you go, guys. So here we go. Drum roll, please. Alrighty. And we have a number
6.
Number 6. And I'll let Natasha say the name.
Joshi.
Joshi. Good job. Congrats. You have won.
Congrats.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations, and thanks everybody for entering the draw. And Joshi, I will send you an email and we'll get all this stuff out to you shortly. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till the next time, keep on testing.